Hello, welcome back to Heretic Tarot. My name is Liz. I will be guiding you on this journey today. I haven't even actually chosen a deck. I just, the energy was available for me to make this little intro. I'm like, am I going to be an intro girly? Yeah, for the time being. At least for this series of readings, there is going to be an intro. I want to set intentions at the beginning, or at least share with you my intention that I always have for every single reading that I do, whether it's on YouTube or one-on-one personal readings. I am not psychic. I am not claiming to be. I do know these cards. And my intention is for the message to come through me, not from me. For your highest good, for my highest good. We're just two friends reading tarot together. So anyway, I do also try to share the meaning of each card because you have your own intuition, and obviously you're the person that's involved in your own life, right? So I share the meaning of each card so that you can discern, you can listen to your own guidance around each card for sorry, I closed my eyes and all of a sudden I got lost. I am naturally a blonde. I immediately heard blonde moment. Anyway, I closed my eyes and I got lost. Bro. Anyway, okay. So yeah, you have your own intuition. You're the one, right, that's involved in your own life. I want you to know the meanings of each card so that you can also receive your own message, right? Listen to yourself. The whole reason I even give tarot readings is for you to return to yourself, for you to listen to yourself, which is why I'm probably not telling you anything you don't know already, right? I'm more than likely confirming or affirming things for you. No doubt your intuition is see, told you. But also, I do think that is important. I think that's an important part because once you know for sure, right? Once you have that confirmation, it's that you can free up the energy for what's next. You have confirmation. Now what? Right? Now what? So I haven't even really chosen a deck yet. Did I say that? This is a deck that I was thinking of in my mind's eye. Let's see if it even wants to do the reading or not. Do you want to do the tarot readings? Yeah, okay. That was the Ace of Cups. I do that for every reading too. Consent over here. Is there anything else that I wanted to say? If you haven't subscribed to the channel, I would absolutely love it if you did, because honestly, community is becoming a big thing for me in what's next for me. So let's get on to the reading. Great. So this is a reading for the 5-2 human design profile, the Heretic Hermit. Hello? Okay, sorry if that was loud. I should have done that before I started the video. Anyway, if you don't know what your human design profile is, there is a link on in the description for you to get your human design body graph, and your profile will be listed on there. You definitely don't need to know much about human design in order for these messages to resonate. It's just an additional source of information, additional, channel to receive a message. Because not every Gemini is a 5-2, or, not every Aquarius is a 5-2, right? So obviously, highly recommend checking out your zodiac readings. Those are all up. So, what do we have for our heretic hermits? I do not take the cards that flip in the deck. We want commitment over here. Okay. And me and all of these decks have had one-on-one conversations that if there is a message in the card, it has to come all the way out of the deck like that. If it flips in the deck, we just don't think it's, serious enough. So we don't take it. Look at this. The Chariot, the Emperor. Starting off pretty strong. Anything else? Look how the Emperor is looking at the Chariot too. Okay. It's almost like, dang, look at all. I'm going to kind of like keep this not separate, but just kind of, these two came out together. Can we see these? Okay. Like there's shadows, there's glares, there's, lighting problems. 10 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. The Empress, the Wheel of Effing Fortune. Listen. All these major arcana cards. They're just, more powerhouse, more energy behind them. The major arcana is our energy or our experience through life, right? It's the fool's journey from the inception of the journey to the culmination, the end of it. And it's just constant, right? Like we're constantly starting new shit. We're constantly going through shit. We're constantly ending shit. And then the suits, cards like Swords, Cups, Wands, Pentacles, that's more of, going through the motions of that energy. Like, is this okay. Let me move my big ol' hydro flask out of the way. So, It's interesting because I don't know if I actually had a chance to say it out loud, but the Emperor almost looks like an older version of the dude in the Chariot with a beard now. Like the dude in the Chariot has blonde hair. This guy's hair is white now. That's really interesting to me. Cancer, Aries, Libra. The Chariot is all about movement forward. Being divinely guided. There's, this darker horse. There's a lighter horse here that typically tends to signify our shadow, our light, almost kind of like our not self and our true self in the realms of human design. Sorry, just bumped the table. Shit. But what's kind of funny about this specific Chariot card is that these horses seem to be going in opposite directions, right? And it could just be the imagery, right? I mean, it could just be how the artist was able to draw them or fit them into this space. But either way, the feeling that I'm getting from that is still this movement forward, even if you don't have all of your ducks in a row. The Chariot, he is still in control of these two energies. And maybe it is also that you are working on getting those things within yourself in line. It's almost like by moving forward, that's when things start to line up for you. And I mean, like, you are the profile where you have to motivate yourself. You have to, get out of hermit mode. Like, nobody else is really going to be able to do that for you. So it really could be like finding your motivation, even though, I mean, Cancer is water. Aries, or Mars, actually, that's interesting. Mars was in Cancer for a while. It's out of Cancer now. Thankfully, it won't be back for another 2 years. But, over the last couple months, like, it could have been a focus for you to discover what your motivation is. What is it that you want to put your energy towards? Because the Emperor is Mars. It is Aries. What's going on? We have Neptune in Aries. I think it was at like 0 degrees. Chiron is in Aries. Saturn is going to be moving into Aries, I think, in May. The North Node just moved out of Aries. Venus either is or was in Aries. I think it is. I know it moved back into Pisces. I don't know the exact date that it was going to move back into Aries, but Mercury was in Aries. So it's interesting, like the Aries and like Cancer areas of your life. But the Emperor is taking charge. It is, initiation. It's authority. It could also even be a figure in your life, maybe a masculine who just, again, like has an authority in your life, or who you perceive to have an authority in your life. And it's interesting because, like I said, right, like the person in the Chariot card almost looks like a younger version of the dude in the Emperor card. And again, I mean, it really could, it's really going to depend on your situation, whether you are doing some inner work, because then that to me would feel almost like inner child. And of course, inner child could be at any age, right? I mean, it could be adolescence, it could be teenager, it could be, early young adult, it could be 5 years ago, a year ago, whatever, right? It's like, looking back on your path. It could even be really getting clear again on like what your motivation is, because I feel like Mars is very, what is your motivation? It can be, it's like, that oomph. It's a little bit aggressive. Assertive is also coming through. Mars, the Moon, and Venus. We have a new moon on the 27th in Taurus, which is also Venus. We have the Empress card behind the Ten of Swords. This really does just feel like not waiting for whatever it is, right? It's like taking action now, not holding yourself back, realizing that you have more control over your life, over yourself, over the decisions that you make than maybe in years past. Again, you perceived that you did. Like, it is really a perception change to realize that we have more control than we think. Maybe there's even somebody who is driving that motivation. Maybe you're traveling, because like the Emperor energy feels like the person that's calling the shots, that would be setting the course, that would be, telling somebody where to go or when to be there. And the Justice card is about the scales balancing, fairness, literally justice being served. They're holding the sword of truth here. Interestingly enough, the scales are not balanced in this depiction. There's a karma and a fate aspect to the Justice card also. And, justice is based solely on facts. What can be proven? There's no feelings, there's no opinion. Once you start interjecting your beliefs or your feelings, that's when it does become an opinion over divine truth. So it's interesting, like either you're making a judgment call based on the information that you have right now, or in whatever moment, that you find yourself. And like I said, there's also like a karmic fate, aspect to it as well. Like this card and the High Priestess, I always get this feeling that it's like reaching or getting to like checkpoints in your journey through life. Like wherever you are right now is divinely timed. Even, with this Chariot card, because the Chariot card, you are going to be led to, you are exactly where you are meant to be. Like there truly is no wrong decision. The Emperor card would be confidence in those choices, accountability, certainty also. And it could even be, if this is where you're at, since again, this seems to me like a younger version of the Emperor card. This is where you are. This is where you want to be. You want to be an authority, even if that is an authority in your own life, but a leader, somebody that people look to, somebody who can take charge, who wants to have that responsibility even. And again, with the Justice card, it's like you are exactly where you need to be in your life, like at this checkpoint, right? And the conclusions that you're coming to, the growth that you have, I don't know what sustained keeps coming through, but the growth that you have experienced, it's like you're right on track. This could even be a message about being more objective, seeking the truth here. Maybe there is an imbalance in some capacity, whether, that's energy exchange, how you've been approaching things, how other people have been interacting with you, whatever the case may be. And especially we have the Ten of Swords at the bottom of the deck, the Empress with the Emperor. Isn't that interesting? The Wheel of Fortune. I'm sorry for the glare over here. Hopefully that's not too annoying. The Ten of Swords is a completion. Swords have to do with our mind, our thoughts, our mindset, ideas, intelligence. Also, our belief systems, ego, because our ego is created by the stories that we attach to our experiences. Our ego is the shadow and the light, the not self and the self, right? It's the stories that we attach to experiences, feelings, circumstances. It becomes our belief system. It becomes our personality, our reality, our temperament, right? And it becomes the reasons why we don't do and we do other things. So with the Ten of Swords, like this truly is the straw that broke the camel's back. There's 10 swords sticking out of this dude. It really is like getting out of your own way, especially mentally. Like your feeling is to move forward. Your mind is probably, like most of us, what's been holding you back. And this is like, there's nothing else to consider. There's no what ifs. There's no, waiting for the other shoe to drop. There's no whatever. But at the same time, you know, somebody stuck these 10 swords in that dude's back and one in the neck, kill shot in the neck, probably. And also left him out there in this condition. It really is like moving beyond that. I mean, like if there are people in your life who make you feel this way, this is, you know, having the confidence to leave them behind. The whole do no harm but take no shit type of thing. It is like standing up for yourself, being your own authority. It's what I also find to be super fucking interesting. So we go from the 4 to the 3, the 11 to the 10. So there's like these counterparts happening with these 4 cards over here. This can of course be a divine partnership, but this doesn't necessarily feel relationship. It certainly can be if that's how it is connecting in here. This is a divine masculine. This is, you know, the Empress is a divine feminine. Also Taurus and Libra. Venus. The divine masculine, like I was saying, initiating, going for it, putting yourself out there, you know, being the authority, making the decisions. Feminine is intuition, nurturing, receiving. The masculine would be giving. Also, the Empress is generally depicted as being pregnant. She doesn't look pregnant in this card. She certainly can be. You know, we don't make assumptions over here. But, you know, that certainly can be biological reproduction. Again, if that, you know, resonates with you. But, you know, pregnancy in the tarot represents creating something out of your own image. Having the capacity, the ability to birth a creation, which all of us have. Obviously, only women can biologically reproduce, right? But anybody can create something out of their own image. You know, like their creativity is what flows. So, you know, with the two, and we all have masculine and feminine energies within us, right? Especially, I mean, we all have, I was going to say we all have estrogen and testosterone, but now I am not sure. I'm pretty sure men do have estrogen, just lower levels of it. And of course, I mean, just the food that we eat and stuff, you know, could have hormones in it. But, you know, because like women, you know, testosterone is part of our reproductive cycle. Interesting. No, I can't remember. And I don't have my laptop here to like Google if men create estrogen. I'm pretty sure that they do. Anyway, whatever. Let me know in the comments if you know, because I am probably going to forget to Google it later. But, so yeah, it's interesting. Like getting those two, and that, you know, like I was saying with the chariot and the 2 horses that kind of seem like they're going, you know, in opposite directions, but still moving forward. This energy here would be, you know, a balance of the masculine and feminine energies. The Justice card with the Wheel of Fortune. I mean, look at like this one character is falling off here. This could be a divine partnership. It really could be. This could be, you know, the Justice card could be marriage. There's this change here that's happening between the Chariot and the 10 of Swords, though. This person could be a problem. Interesting. I don't really want to go down that. I feel like that would just make this video like another 30 minutes long if I kind of went down that path. Like it's a completely different way of like looking at these cards, but also, you know, again, like I explained the cards too so that you can receive your own message. The Wheel of Fortune is something changing. Also, good, bad, otherwise. Same with the Justice card. Like you get what you deserve, good, bad, otherwise, right? I mean, I always see the Wheel of Fortune as being a good card. So I feel like whatever this Justice card is, it's a good thing. This could also just be like, I keep going back. I keep looking at this Chariot and the Ten of Swords. There's something here that you are releasing. Or it's like it's coming together for you in a different way. And it's going to like stop this cycle of, mindset, beliefs, like the way that you think about a thing, the way that you have been perceiving a thing. Okay, I feel like can I be complete with that? Because I keep going back. And then over here, like I said, the Wheel of Fortune is something is changing. And I always see it as a good card, but whatever has been going on in your life, it is going to change. If you've been busy, you may be less busy. If you've been less busy, you're probably going to be more busy. But it's, like something is changing. This is Jupiter, Pisces, or Sagittarius. And it's also, again, like there's this one person that's falling off here, which feels very Justice card, like getting rid of dead weight. Even too, this hand coming out of this cloud, this is divinely guided. Truly, like, if it is not serving you, then it's going to be taken out of your life. And that could be what this energy is here. This could be the divine masculine, the divine feminine. Not to mention they're holding a cup. We have the Knight of Cups at the bottom of the deck now. An offer coming in, an offer of support, an offer of love, something that you feel good about. This could be literally in any area. I mean, it could be work. It could be relationships. It could be just within yourself. This could be an apology. It could be, just a level of understanding. It could be giving yourself the love that you want to get from other people. Truly, it can be anything. Beautiful. This was really fun. Thank you so much for allowing me to read your cards. I will talk to you soon. Bye.